Hello YouTube, this is Darkon633 and today we're taking a look at another Star Wars The Force Awakens 3 3/4 inch Black Series figure review. This time we're going to take a look at Kylo Ren from, once again, a part of the Walmart exclusive Black Series 3 3/4 inch figures. Now it's still unfortunate that Walmart is the leading team behind releasing these figures, which is a bit of a shame since it's understandable that a lot of older Star Wars collectors have been going with this line for a very long time with articulated 3 3/4 inch figures. Now, while I personally have collected a lot of the articulated figures in the past, it doesn't really bother me that much, only because I became a lot more accustomed to the 6-inch figures. But anyways, we'll now take a look at Kylo Ren. His box is in the standard 3 3/4 inch Black Series box design. It has a picture of Kylo Ren, nothing else different otherwise. It still says Star Wars, the Black Series up there. On the back, it just shows a bio, and similar to the other figures in the line, it does not have a number at all. Anyways, sorry about that. We'll now look at Kylo Ren himself. Now, the only two accessories the figure includes, which my figure at times doesn't like to stand very well, is the fully lit lightsaber and his handle. So that's pretty much it. Now, normally this kind of figure usually has maybe a single handle and a removable blade piece, but I guess because of the way that it's designed, it makes sense that they would just go ahead and release it as two different little accessory pieces. Anyways, we'll now look at the articulation. Unfortunately, unlike the other 3 3/4 inch articulated figures this time, his head is pretty much static. While it has some movement, due to the way that the hard cloak piece gets in the way, it doesn't like to move very much, and that is a bit distracting. It's unfortunate how the standard 5 points of articulation has a better articulation actually on the head compared to this release, so that is kind of a disappointment actually. His shoulders are ball joints, however, due to, once again, the cloak piece, it's kind of hard to get into, and my figure had some really tight shoulders, so you're not going to get a whole lot of movement there either. 1 second, the joint actually has turned here. It actually has full ball jointed elbows, so it's got just under 90 degrees for bend there, but it can swivel, so that's really nice. And he does have a wrist swivel, which I actually don't think it's on ball joints. I think it's just the wrist swivel from what I could tell. Same joints on the other side of the arm, but he does have a fully rotatable waist, but the soft goods does get a bit in the way to hinder the articulation just a tad bit, but at least it doesn't hinder it all that much. He has ball joints in the hips, which allow full movement all the way out in almost a full split, so that's really nice. Underneath the soft goods skirt piece, we have swivels also in the hips, and he has swivels in the knees with the full ball joint, allowing a really nice knee bend. And he has ball jointed ankles, I think? No, it's actually just swivel ankle. No, yeah, it is ball jointed. It's just really tight on mine. So yeah, they have ball joints, but it doesn't really like to pivot left and right too much. The figure consists of several different types of plastic. We have the hard standard ABS plastic. It does have some soft goods, and it has a little bit more of a softer cloak design underneath. You do need to kind of move around the legs just a bit, similar to what I've seen with some of the older Hasbro figures, in order to get him kind of standing straight. But with the cloak around, it's kind of hard to see otherwise. But he still has a really nice range of motion, so it's really nice to get a hold of a 3 3/4 inch articulated Black Series figure. Anyways, we'll now take a look at Kylo Ren along with the other two releases, which I've already reviewed. Here is the unhooded version of Kylo Ren that was actually released in the Armor Series pack, which is supposed to represent him in the snow. As you can see, he does still have the paint there with the snow design. And the standard figure that was released in the Weapon Series line. So while the figures obviously are pretty much the same design, it does have some liberties due to the fact that he is fully articulated. I can kind of put it in display, make it look like there's just the different types of the Knights of Ren, but the only reason why it doesn't really work that much is because the Knights of Ren design actually have different designs in general, so it's not going to work too well in a Knights of Ren design. So it's just going to be like several Kylos rather than anything else. But other than that, the figure is extremely well made otherwise, besides the fact the head is articulated. Soft goods is a bit too much slightly, just because it does kind of move around a little bit more than it should, but it does work for what it needs to do. Other than that, it's still a really nice figure, and I highly recommend picking this up who are fans of the Force Awakens or just articulated Black Series figures. Anyways, I got this figure actually from my friend Oga, who also works on Herotaku as well, so many thanks to him to be able to help me get a hold of this figure. Anyways, please comment, subscribe, and check out Herotaku. Also, please check out the other channels down below. And please check me out on Twitter under DarkCon633. And I'll be back to bring more Star Wars reviews. But for now, I'm just sitting YouTube. Bye.